What's going on, everybody? We just got the Diablo II Resurrected patch 2.4.3 patch note, which is coming soon. I haven't looked through it yet, so I don't really know what's included. Let's go through it together. Since this timeless classic was resurrected, daring heroes have diligently decimated ranks of hell-raising demons across all 5 acts of Diablo II Resurrected, forever loosening the Lord of Terror's hold on Sanctuary. In patch 2.4.3, which goes live on June 29th, which is 2 days from today, we introduce a variety of new features and improvements set to elevate multiplayer lobbies for console and PC. Accompanying these new features are quality of life improvements and bug fixes. Partying up with like-minded demon slayers is a cornerstone of the Diablo experience. Because of this, we've been closely monitoring your feedback around multiplayer lobbies, and the changes highlighted below are a direct result of this. Sanctuary wasn't built in a day. While we have made great strides in refining various aspects of Diablo II Resurrected, we are dedicated to enhancing your pursuit of the Dark Wanderer even further. As always, we want to make the flames of this beloved classic burn hotter and brighter than ever before, and invite your feedback to help aid in this communal effort. Now, make ready, Hero of Sanctuary. You'll need the knowledge below to topple the demons that lie in wait. Alright, so what do we got? Quest log. Backend improvemends, console lobby updates, PC lobby updates, magic find bonus, interesting, quality of life improvements, and bug fixes. Okay, backend improvements. One common issue among players is that their game list did not populate with enough games, even when they felt it should have. When you create a game in D2R, it gets hosted on one of many game sites in your region. Prior to Ladder's launch, the game list would only populate with games from just one single game site in your region, whichever you had the best connection to. This was done to preserve a high-quality gameplay experience in any game you may join through the lobby. But we found our criteria to be overly aggressive. When Ladder launched, we expanded this to provide player games from up to 3 game sites. This helped players see more games in their game list without a cost to connection quality. But players still weren't seeing enough games. We've decided to broaden it even further in patch 2.4.3. Now, any number of game sites in your region that you have a strong enough connection to can contribute to the results in your game list. Okay, so that's nice. To provide even more options for those looking to join a game, we've also doubled the maximum number of games that can appear in a game list at a given time from 20 to 40. Plus, we've fine-tuned game details to refresh in almost real time. Interesting. That's really nice. You still must manually refresh your game list, which is something we decided to keep so the game list would not shift while players select a game. These improvements have been applied to both the console and PC lobby experiences. Okay, so this is minor stuff as far as like the overall game, but it will be really nice when looking to join a game. Console lobby updates. Following the successful launch of Ladder Season 1, the team has turned their focus to features that require the most attention. Console Party Finder was the top item on our list by a large margin. Patch 2.4.3 brings multiple improvements to the console multiplayer experience, providing new and improved ways to create and find games by replacing Party Finder with Game Creator and Game List. 3 options lie before you. Selecting the play button on the main menu with your selected online hero will now present 3 options for online play. Private enters a private game that will not populate to the game list. The only way for others to join your game is through the friends list or by being invited. Game Creator creates a public game that'll populate on the games list, and the games list views the game list, which gives you use of the search feature or joining a public game. This looks really interesting. You can set what act you're doing, what bosses you're doing, what zones you're doing. Okay, I was wondering if they were ever going to do stuff like this. So maybe you can make games that are specifically to Bale runs or Diablo runs or, even Mephisto runs, or zones you could do like Lower Kurast or Arcane Sanctuary or Tombs or whatever you feel like doing. I like this. I hope this also applies to the PC version in some way. Game Creator will equip you with the ability to quickly create the type of game you desire. To aid you in doing so, all previous game categories that were available in Party Finder have returned in the Game Creator. Selecting and confirming one of these game categories will generate a pre-made name for your game, accompanied by an assigned number. This is to prevent games with duplicate names from being created. Level difference, which was previously only available as a game creation option for PC players, has been added as a game creation option. We've also added an additional category called Custom. This category consists of 2 options. Public game, create a public game to populate in the game's list with a name of your choice. Password protected game, create a public game with a password that must be entered to join. Just like in the PC lobby, a password-protected game will not appear in the games list, but can be joined through a separate Join Game button found by pressing the Search Game Name button on the Game List menu and going to the Custom category. A preview of your custom or generated game name is displayed on the top right portion of your screen. Once you're comfortable with the selections and confirm them, your journey to Sanctuary can begin. Alright, and here's the game list. That's really nice that it shows the ping on all the games. So it's the difficulty of the players, okay? I mean, so it's pretty much what you would expect, but the added ping column is great. Selecting the game list button will display up to 40 matching games created by other players that your selected character is able to join. To aid in finding specific games, you can use the search feature to locate a specific game or filter games displayed using keywords. Within the filtering options, you can set the following parameters. Difficulty filters normal, nightmare, and hell, or any combination of the three options. Ping restricts your results to only display games of a particular connection quality or better. Okay. Game name. Pressing the triangle button on a PlayStation controller, Y button on an Xbox controller, or X button on a Nintendo Switch controller while on the game list menu will open the search game name menu. Here, you can search for both custom and pre-made game names using the same familiar layout you would use during game creation. Searching for a game name using the custom category will only return game results that were created using the custom category. Searching using one of our pre-made categories will only return game results that were created using the same pre-made category. For example, selecting the pre-made Den of Evil search option will only yield pre-made game results. Inversely, searching Den of Evil under the custom category will yield custom game names with those phrases within them. Custom games, with or without a password, can be joined directly through the search game name menu. Okay, so the fact that they have Den of Evil listed as a custom category makes me think pretty much any area will be valid for creating games. Or maybe it's just locations that are specifically tied to a quest. I guess we'll wait and see. Modifying any of these filters will refresh your list of games and return a new list of games up to 40 based on the criteria you selected. Players also have a refresh button available to them to manually refresh the list at any time. PC lobby updates. Look at that. Look at it. It's a search box. So we can just type in Diablo, Baal, Chaos, Magic Find, whatever we want. Trade. This is huge. Okay. I love this. I'm kind of surprised right off the bat that we're not also seeing a ping column here, just because that seems like it was something important, but I guess maybe it's not as much of an issue on the PC client. I don't know how that works. All right, we want multiplayer lobbies to be the bridge to many hours of slaying demons, collecting loot, and memorable moments with friends. Unfortunately, many players have experienced difficulties in finding specific types of game they would like to join. To solve this, we added a search functionality in the lobby. Specific keywords or game names can now be typed in to return a list of games based on that search term. With patch 2.4.3, the game list will now display each game's connection quality in a tooltip that pops up when you hover your mouse over a specific game. Okay, so it is there, it's just in a tooltip. I'm surprised they didn't show that. Anyways, games will populate into the game list based on their connection quality, offering you expanded knowledge when deciding which game to join. We cannot stress enough how appreciated and crucial your feedback is. We're always looking for opportunities to iterate or reshape aspects of Diablo II Resurrected so your trip to Sanctuary continues to be memorable. Diablo II Resurrected Magic Find Weekend, June 30th to July 4th. So that's this coming Thursday until next Monday. Magic Find bonus. You feel an intense rush of energy coursing through your veins. A faint internal humming override your own pulse. From June 30th to July 4th, a mysterious energy source will grant you a 50% buff to Magic Find, providing an increased chance to receive legendary, magic, rare, set, or unique loot as a drop from slain foes. This bonus stacks with any additional increases to Magic Find provided by your items. The one thing I'm a little confused about is the word legendary here. This isn't Diablo 3, this isn't Diablo Immortal, so what is a legendary item? Magics are blues, rares are yellows, sets and uniques. What is legendary, just a white item? I don't know what that means. All right, quality of life improvements. Gameplay. Players can now start a new whirlwind, leap, or leap attack immediately after a whirlwind ends. Change the logic for determining how often whirlwind attacks occur. Whirlwind now incorporates increased attack speed from all equipment. The frames between each whirlwind attack are equal to the attack frame of a basic attack for the character, modified by increased attack speed. While dual wielding, the attack frame for each weapon will be averaged, rounding up. Overall, whirlwind attacks should be at least as fast as they were before. Slower weapons will attack notably faster. Added a new Loot to Cube skill for controllers in the general skills menu. Using this skill on an item will pick it up and place it in your Heraldric Cube, if there's space. That's really nice. I know a lot of PC players just kind of open their inventory and do it manually, but having that option with a controller is great. Added a bindable hotkey for mouse and keyboard to directly open the Rizarjay cube if it's in your inventory. That's also really nice. Okay, so it's basically an additional inventory button. Added a new button shortcut to open the Rizarjay cube from the inventory menu. Players can now bulk assign stat points using a controller. A confirmation prompt will now appear when bulk assigning all remaining stat points on both PC and console. This option's unavailable while using legacy graphics. Okay, so that's really nice in preventing you from accidentally spending all your skill points, but at the same time, it's also going to slow you down a little bit if you definitely wanted to do it. So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, but I think overall it's a good change. Added an auto map auto open setting to allow players to set their preferred auto map position. Okay. Online, you can now double click on a game to join it in the PC lobby. That's nice. Players on Switch can now join a friend's game via the in-game friends list. That wasn't a thing before. I never played this on the Switch, but that should have been there from day one. Anyways, all right, game list size has been doubled from 20 to 40. We saw that already. Game list details in both the details panel and in-game list now load faster upon selecting a game. Faster loading is always nice. Friends playing D2R are now sorted to the top of the friends list. That also should have been there from day one. That is weird that it wasn't. Console players now have an option in the options menu to toggle game name visibility. That also should have been there forever. Okay, bug fixes, gameplay. Fixed an issue where Deckard Cain was not able to identify items in the Rizarjay cube. Okay, that was an issue that we had this in the original D2, but it wasn't in D2R, and I'm sure that Mr. Llama is going to be really happy about that one.
Fixed an issue where Deckard Cain was not able to identify items in the cube. Now he will do so when the cube is in your main inventory.
Fix an issue where short distance whirlwinds could end without executing a single attack. Fix an issue where whirlwind would still apply properties and damage from a broken weapon. Fix an issue where the first attack of whirlwind was treated different from the rest. When dual wielding, the first attack will choose 2 targets, just like all the other attacks. Man, how broken was whirlwind before this? Yikes. Fix an issue where resurrect costs were inconsistent for high-level mercenaries. Fix an issue where corpse skills were not auto-targeting corpses when using just right-click. Okay. Online, fix an issue where you couldn't select and join lobby games on PC with a controller. Fix an issue where players could impersonate developers by mimicking the chat font colors used to display system messages. Oh boy. I didn't realize that was an issue, I never saw that. Fixed an issue where lobby figurines would disappear while whispering. Fixed an issue that would rarely prevent players from joining a private game. Fixed an issue in hardcore where both players had to mutually flag each other to be able to loot a corpse, even if the dead player had the other player flagged. Ooh, that's a major issue. I'm glad they got that fixed. Fix an issue where ladder rankings with 6 or more digits would begin to overlap the character name. Character select. Fix an issue that would sometimes cause the most recently played characters to not sort to the top of the list. I definitely experienced this a lot. Fix an issue where an offhand flail could fail to animate on the front end. Language. Fix miscellaneous localization bugs. Stability and performance. Fixed a performance issue that could occur when spamming refresh at a vendor for an extended period. Miscellaneous crash and stability fixes. Okay. Thank you to the community. Our team is immensely grateful for your support. As we launch with all the 2.4.3 content, we hope to continue to hear from all of you. If you want to learn more about Diablo II Resurrected, check our website here for real-time updates and follow our official Twitter @Diablo. Alright, so this is pretty cool. It's not a huge patch, but the Magic Find weekend is really nice. They haven't done anything like this before. So hopefully it gets people to come back and play the game if they haven't been playing lately or whatever. I think that the search option here is absolutely monumentally huge, and it's going to make finding games that you want to play in so much easier. I love that they did this, and the updates to console is great. I don't personally play console, but it definitely looks like an improvement from what I've heard people talking about. I've heard that in the past it was hard to find games to play with people in general, so this looks like a huge improvement. If you play on console, let me know what you think about these changes down in the comments. Let me know how big of an impact you think it's going to make. I also really like the ability to search for stuff here, which is very similar to the search on PC, except here it just kind of gives you pre-built options. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see this on both versions. I think it's really interesting that they took 2 similar but completely different approaches on the console and PC version. Like, they could have just done a search on the console version and given you a little keypad to type in what you want. And alternatively, we could have gotten this same kind of list on the PC version. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm not mad at it though. I think it's going to be better for everybody, just in different ways. Anyways, that's it for these patch notes. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.